Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of uranium, and I'll get right into it. Again, it's just my financial opinion. Here we roll. So here's the uranium futures contract. They are heading lower a little bit. This week we're down a little bit. Today it was down 2.12%. We've had a massive, basically, run higher here, and we're starting to consolidate. Think of it as a consolidation where we could have, and guys, this is just a guess. It doesn't mean anything, that we could consolidate a little bit sideways, maybe. And I'm just kind of throwing this in here. I don't know if that's going to be right. We could go a little bit lower, but I'm just throwing in a consolidation pattern that has been similar to the other ones. And then we just stair step higher on top of these stairs. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust getting a little bit of buying pressure today. That's good. We are up just a teeny bit. We are consolidating here, it looks like, where the opening price and closing price are coming together. Buyers are starting to equal the sellers a little bit. Again, I'm trying to find out where the buyers are going to step in here and start pushing it higher. They have not pushed it higher yet. It looks like we're coming to an equilibrium. I just want to make sure we don't fall out again. Uranium, it's trying to do that same equilibrium as well. I do think we're getting to some areas that are quite low for potential sprinkling. Sprinkling the lawn here, sprinkling the uranium lawn. CCJ, yeah, we came on back. It's trying to find a bottom at some point here. Again, I'm just kind of holding on. I'm not diving in yet. I just want to see what happens. I don't see clear bottoms yet. But I do see contraction, and contraction is a form of a reversal. Here's Bannerman. That's why we're contracting with the opening and closing price are getting real. The candlesticks are getting really tight, and we're slowing down. And we just have to see if the buyers step in here. If they do, then yeah, it looks good to fire away. Goviax is right at support. We'll see if this support holds. It's a flat day today. Global Atomic, another one that's starting to get to support, and we'll see if the support holds. We are still making higher lows, and that's a good thing. And this could still drop a little bit and still be a higher low. Forces Metals, again, it is still right at support, so we'll see if this support holds. We've got nice, good contraction. Wicks on the bottom. Pure Point, another one that's trying to hold right where it's at. Deep Yellow, been moving sideways today, small contractive day, so we'll see if the buyers step in these next trading sessions and see where it gets pushed. Paladin Energy is putting in a bullish engulfing. This is actually a bullish pattern to move higher. So that one's looking good for a potential move on upward, so long that the rest of the sector behaves well. Sky Harbor coming to a support area. We'll see if that support area holds. Canalaska looks like it's trying to turn and move on higher here with the contraction of the candlesticks. Next Gen Energy starting to contract down. That's looking better, and it's also a higher low, so everything's still intact. Baseload Energy, another one somewhere in this region. I think we'll see a turnaround. Again, I'm slow to move. I want to see the buyer step in here and give me a positive signal in a lot of these companies. We've seen it in a couple of the companies, but not all of them. We've got Fission 3.0 it's basically contracting. It looks like the buyers are starting to equal the sellers in this range. Fission still looks like a little bit of momentum to the downside, but again, the sector is starting to turn around. I'd be looking for that area down there. Kazatomprom looks like it's finding good support right where it's at. So that's looking good. Peninsula Energy, it gapped lower but came back up momentum-wise. Buyers came in and bought that up. We're in that zone where I think it's starting to get sprinkle time. Boss Energy, another one that's been moving sideways. Again, we're right at that resistance line, and we'll see if we can break back above it. International Consolidated Uranium's just moving sideways here. This has been a sideways movement, but we haven't really made any new lows here. We're not breaking down yet, so I think everything is okay and it's all intact. This is Lotus Resources. We kind of broke out, and then we're coming on back. Again, we still have higher lows as we're coming up, and maybe it'll be somewhere in this general vicinity that we make a low. UROY is starting to get a little bit of life put back into it. We'll see if the buyers can push this back on higher. Let me back out and see if I actually drew this thing properly, because we could bring it more like that and not touch this one. it's in the general vicinity, and we'll see if this holds here. And we could have a little bit, scare coming back down and then a slingshot higher. That could be in the cards. And what I mean by that is we could kind of like dip a little bit and then go. And people will be like, oh no, it's breaking out. And then what they do is they push this lower, hit all these stop losses, take all their shares there, and then rocket it higher afterwards. Encore Energy, another one that's got a little bit of selling pressure today again. Looking at this guy, we're just hanging out. We still have higher lows, so it still looks good. We're coming on down a little bit of a selling pressure today, and it wasn't too bad. It's looking okay. Let me extend this kind of upward. URG, another one. We're contracting down. We're trying to find some support somewhere. Again, I'm waiting for the buyers. Let me see the buyers. Let me see the buyers, says Jerry Maguire. And again, I'm still bullish on all this stuff, guys. I mean, this is pulling back. We got some momentum here. We got to see if it firms up for UEC. It hasn't firmed up yet. LEU, we might see a little bit more of a tail on this. We have a buttload of support everywhere underneath this. So I do think that there's support right underneath it. LTBR, another one that's just contracting down following the rest of the group. ISO Energy, we might get a little bit more downside left. And that's all she's got. Appy Energy starting to firm up. I really do like it in this area. This is one that I'm looking at. Denison Mines, another one that's starting to try to firm up here. We'll see if we can get some buyers to step in. Blue Sky Uranium, another one that's getting a little bit of buyers here. We've got good support all in that general vicinity. Forum Energy Metals, it's doing a full retest. If you're brave, go for it. AEC, another one moving sideways. Laramide, LMRXF. Good old Laramie. That's doing a full retest. That one looks good too. If you've got the cojones, now's the time to use them. Western Uranium, Vanadium, that's getting down there. It's kind of a no man's land there. UEXCF, another one that's got support all in this general box range area. Mega Uranium's getting quite low. This one would be one I'd be starting to look at. That's also positioned quite well on the long term there. Lots of support underneath it. Standard Uranium just moving sideways, getting to almost the low. That might be a good one to look into. ALXCF selling off. Could have further downside. Looks like we got some momentum to the downside there. Valora Metals, another one that's getting close to a full retest. That might be one to start looking into if you want some exposure to exploration. This guy's coming on down for Elevate. Elevate, hopefully we can get a full retest out of this guy. Hopefully. I'd be a big buyer down there. And then 92 Energy, flat day to day, again, still looks fine from the big long-term perspective. So overall, guys, it looks good from the long-term perspective in terms of higher lows and higher highs. Obviously, it doesn't look good in the short term. You have to get through these market fluctuations. And that's just the way the market is. You have to go through them if you want the big gains. That's part of the game. Don't be hating the player in the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. No, I like the game. It's a fun game. And we just got to ride through it. And I'm looking for the buyers to step in. They haven't stepped in and shown me that this is a bottom. I've seen a couple of companies that are looking better. They're looking better. They got some bullish engulfings and whatnot, but just not many of them. So I've been waiting. I'm waiting for the buyers to come in here and show me the light, so to speak. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Join the Platinum membership. That's the one that gets you everything. And when I see this thing turn around, I'll let you know the companies that I like, and I'm going to put it on the Finding Value website. The exact timing, the companies, and all that stuff of what I think looks good. And I've already put some for a lot of the watch list that I'm watching right now, and the companies that I'll be looking at. I posted that Sunday or Monday of this past week, so everyone should know what I'm looking at. But yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. This is Finding Value.